Well, now joining me here on set is Olivia Grégoire, political strategist. Thank you for coming in to discuss what we saw last night and where things stand with the socialists here in France. Now, we do know certainly that the left is up for grabs, this considering François Hollande, is not running for re-election. Just considering the debate last night, how did it go? Did anyone stand out?
Did anyone stand out? I would say that the three main candidates, they all stood out. I mean, Manuel Valls, Arnaud Montebourg, and Benoît Hamon. They played quite a good debate. On my point of view, it was more technical debate than a political debate. It was more discussion about economy minister than potential president discussion. But the fact was that the debate was quite well driven. That was not that excited. That was not that amazing. That was not fantastic. That was a little sleeping pill. That was a little soporific. But it was quite a good debate.
Well, that being said, there was at least one point on which everyone seemed to agree, and that was the program of the right-wing candidate, François Fillon.
Yeah, exactly. There was two ghosts. I would say three ghosts yesterday in the debate that were not present for the debate, but they were so present in the discussion. First of all, François Fillon, you've just said it. All the candidates were always spoken about what they would do against François Fillon. It was more a debate on against François Fillon than for the left vision or the left political program. First of all. Second, and you've just said it, it was also a debate in which both François Hollande and Emmanuel Macron were so present. At the very beginning of the debate, the first question, and it was quite symbolic for the debate, was how do you cope with what have done François Hollande during 5 years? It was the very first question of the debate, and it was like a symbol. All the debate was turning around the president, François Hollande, who doesn't run to the competition. He was not there, but he was in each sentences. On the second hand, Emmanuel Macron, the former economy minister who is running but out of the primaries, who is considered as a liberal on the left wing, was also present in quite a lot of sentences. So it was a debate of all the competitors, but it was also a debate with three ghosts that were not present during the debate, but were so present in the ideas, against François Fillon, against or with what has done François Hollande, and what about the guy Arnaud Montebourg called Mrs. X, that is to say Emmanuel Macron, who was always present in all the minds.
I want to touch upon something that you mentioned just in the response to that. You mentioned the left vision.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a very good question. Today, the left vision, I would say, is part of several left visions. Today, we do not have in France one left wing. We do get several left wing. And you have the primary, but you get also the struggle outside the primary. You get the struggle inside, you get the match outside. So today, after 5 years of presidency of François Hollande, that is to say that there is not at all one left vision, but there is kind of several visions. And I must underline, because that was not that obvious yesterday, that there are huge differences between the positioning of each candidate that you've seen yesterday. I mean, what say Arnaud Montebourg is quite far from what say Benoît Hamon. Benoît Hamon do push quite a lot of public investment and that kind of stuff, and universal revenue. Arnaud Montebourg is against all that kind of ideas. Manuel Valls also is against part of the vision that was exposed by Benoît Hamon. The key point is how are they manage to push quite a coherent image, a wall image for the left, whereas today there are huge differences between all those candidates, and it's not differences on the surface. It's very huge and very important on economic, on society points of view. How are they going to cope with all those differences?
I mean, but it certainly is very much an extraordinary situation that the socialists find themselves in, considering they are still currently in power. However, if you look at polls, they're unlikely to reach the second round in just a few months' time.
Yeah, it's a very specific situation, and that is to say that it mustn't be easy for socialist people. And it was told yesterday by Vincent Payon, the state of mind and the state of Socialist Party today is quite weak, and it's uneasy to know what the Socialist Party do believe today. What is sure, and what I think is important, is two things that I want to quote. First of all, the audience was very small yesterday. You had 2 million less people watching the debates than in the primaries for the right. So people and the opinion are not that interested in the primary of the left. Second, just imagine, because it's obvious for us like French people, but you've said that François Hollande is not going to go and run for the primaries, but he said this on the 1st of December. We are mid-January. That is to say that the campaign only runs 1 month and 20 days with Christmas and New Year's Eve between. That is to say you get 1 month of campaign. And that is to say that you get 2 debates in 3 days. It's just incredible. How can you manage to make a difference in 1 month and 2 debates in 72 hours? That's just like a trick for Socialist Party, and it looked like very difficult for candidates. At the end, what is sure is first that the debate on Sunday evening, the second one, is going to be very, very important, because you get the opportunity to see much more the differences between the programs of the candidates, and I hope they will do on Sunday. Secondly, the key point and the key issue is also how many people are going to vote. It's always the same key issue on participation. Mm-hmm. Like in the former primary for the right wing, if the participation is huge, Manuel Valls will have a chance to get quite good score at the end and reach his goal, because he can grab a lot of vote coming from people who are not only hard left oriented. If the participation is small, it's going to be very worrying for Manuel Valls, and it's going to be far better for Benoît Hamon and Arnaud Montebourg. So be sure that the participation that time, like the former one for the right, is the key issue. If it's huge, it's good for Manuel Valls. If it is not, it's going to be worrying for the former Prime Minister.
All right, indeed. Olivia Grégoire, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We do appreciate it.
Thanks.